We often picture our earliest ancestors inventing fire with a lucky spark from two sticks. But the real story is far more complex and much more interesting. So let's separate the enduring myth from the archaeological fact. The myth is that a lone genius, through a flash of insight, created fire from nothing. The reality is that fire was a powerful force of nature long before we ever came along. Our planet has always been a world of fire. For millions of years, lightning strikes have ignited dry forests, sparking colossal wildfires that reshaped entire landscapes. Rivers of molten lava from volcanic eruptions would set ablaze everything in their path. Even spontaneous combustion in dry peat bogs or grasslands could create a sudden inferno. Fire was a constant, terrifying, and awe-inspiring presence. The first great human innovation wasn't creating fire, but learning to conquer the fear of it. Early humans were opportunistic, drawn to the aftermath of these natural blazes. They learned to approach the flames, to observe, and eventually, to take a piece of this power for themselves. This was the true beginning, not invention, but capture. They learned to control and preserve these precious flames. They would carefully transport smoldering embers, perhaps in large shells, hollowed-out gourds, or wrapped in damp moss and bark, to carry this captured fire across distances and back to their camps. Evidence from sites like Wonderwork Cave in South Africa suggests that by at least 1 million years ago, our ancestors were using fire. At Gesher Benot Yaakov in Israel, we find clues of controlled hearths, where fire was contained and nurtured within camps and homes, a permanent fixture of daily life. But capturing fire is one thing, creating it on demand is another. Over hundreds of thousands of years, we graduated from fire takers to fire makers. Humans learned deliberate methods, like striking flint against pyrite to shower sparks onto dry tinder. They developed friction techniques, like the hand drill or the more efficient bow drill, spinning a stick with intense speed to generate enough heat for an ember to be born from wood dust. In tropical regions, the fire saw used the friction of rubbing bamboo together to achieve the same result. This was true mastery, and with this mastery, the control of fire transformed every aspect of human life. Cooking made previously inedible plants and tough meats safe, digestible, and far more nutritious, fueling the growth of our brains. Reliable warmth allowed us to survive freezing nights and expand our range out of Africa into the colder climates of Europe and Asia. The campfire became a protective shield, a circle of light that kept nocturnal predators and biting insects at bay. And perhaps most importantly, gathering around the flames extended the day, creating a space for social bonds, for storytelling, for culture itself to be forged in the flickering light. This mastery unlocked new technologies. Fire allowed us to harden wooden tools, fire clay into durable pottery, and eventually smelt ores into metal, ushering in the Bronze and Iron Ages. It wasn't a single eureka moment. It was a long, clever apprenticeship with one of nature's most powerful forces, a relationship that evolved over 1 million years. From capturing embers to striking a match, our bond with fire defines us. So the next time you light a candle or turn on a stove, remember, you are continuing a legacy that wasn't invented overnight, but mastered over millennia.